Chapter 1. My Host. I stopped nibbling for a few seconds and took a look around my current location. It was the bedroom of one Ben Baxter, an 18-year-old, zit-riddled and brainless idiot with a seriously bad attitude to life and absolutely no work ethic whatsoever. Since leaving school nearly 2 years ago, he'd had several jobs, but due to his inability to peel himself from his mattress, he'd given up on 2 and been sacked from 3. He's, what you humans might call a waste of space. As my bulbous round eyes scanned the room, I saw that the walls were adorned with the pictures of topless models of the era, 1980 to be precise. There was Linda Lusardi, Samantha Fox, and various other topless Sun newspaper pin-ups. All were buxom lasses with big tits. Both Linda and Sam were very popular amongst young boys, and their fathers too. Directly above Ben's bed on the ceiling was a huge picture of Joan Collins dressed in sexy lingerie, which I believe was a screenshot from the film The Bitch. Ben was in his bed, flea pit to you and me. He was fast asleep and snoring like a strangulated pig, even though it was already 11:30 in the morning. His room was a bit of a sty, with unwashed clothes, mouldy cups and a few dirty plates of half-eaten midnight snacks tucked under the bed, which were precisely why I had been hanging around for the past few days. You see, I'm a fly. Not just any old common or garden fly, I'm unique. I can speak English and even use a computer, which incidentally is what I'm writing my new bestseller on. If I were to compare myself to a human form, I would say that I'm a cross between Billy Connolly and Jeremy Clarkson, a kind of sarcastic, Scottish, self-righteous and opinionated bastard who thinks they're funny but really just annoying. Now, I know, some of you smart arses out there will say, "That's impossible. Flies only live for a few days and they certainly can't write." To you, I say, get over yourself. It's a friggin' story, a piece of fiction. Stop moaning and either carry on reading or get your money back. Life's too short. As I was saying, I've been a guest at Ben's for a couple of days now, and not because I like him. No, it's because I love the fact that on a nightly basis he collapses onto his bed half cut and with a snack of some sort of another, which he hardly ever eats. For me, it's a bit like a kind of room service, so I thought I'd hang around for a while. I just started on last night's half-eaten cheese and pickle sandwich when Ben's mother, June, came bursting into his room with all the subtleness of an elephant running through a crockery shop. She was obviously on a mission. "Ben!" she said in a slightly louder voice than a whisper. "Ben!" A bit louder this time. Getting no response, she bellowed, "Ben!" a few more times before Ben finally woke up and responded. "What do you bloody want?" he mumbled from underneath the covers. "For a start, I want you to get your lazy ass out of that bed before midday for once in your life, you lazy little shit," screeched his mother. "And you need to sign on too. You know they'll stop your benefits if you miss your signing time," she added as she exited Ben's room, slamming the door shut and nearly taking it off its hinges. Reminder to oneself. Don't annoy her, I thought as I carried on chomping away. Ben rolled over onto his back and, like most other oversexed and unlucky in love 18-year-olds, found he'd just woken up with a woody, a hard-on. He looked up at the poster of Joan and started to tug on his erect member. Just as he was rather quickly getting to the point of no return, the door to his bedroom burst open once more. "And you've—" His mother was temporarily rendered speechless and rooted to the spot by the sight of her son tugging on his rather large member. "Got a letter from the army, you filthy little bugger," she added as she exited the room rather more quickly than she entered. Ben, undeterred by the embarrassing moment, continued to finish the job off into his sock. Grubby human. He then managed to extract himself from the pit he called his bed. After waiting a few seconds and making sure his penis was once again flaccid, He made his way toward the kitchen. I, of course, had no intention of missing the conversation that was about to take place. This should be interesting, I thought as I followed Ben into the kitchen, being careful to avoid the sticky fly trap that dangled from the ceiling. "Is there any breakfast, Kid?" Ben asked, yawning and scratching his head with one hand and rearranging his man tackle with the other. "No, there bloody well isn't, you lazy bugger. Oh, and I hope you used a tissue, not your bloody sock like you usually do, you dirty little so-and-so," she scolded. "Mum, do you have to?" Ben moaned as he cupped his hungover head in his hands. "Here, this came for you. It's from the army," his mother said as she handed him a brown envelope. Ben took the letter and threw it on top of the microwave. "Don't you want to open that? It might be important," asked Ben's mum, dying to know what was in it. "No, but you can if you like," Ben said as he searched the fridge for some milk. Thinking it might be good news, i.e. the army was going to give her a break from her son's lazy ways, June grabbed the letter and tore it open. As she read the contents, I noticed a broad smile appear on her face. "Yes, yes, and yes!" she screamed excitedly in her head as she read the following. "I am pleased to tell you that you have been selected to attend the Army Selection Center, Sutton Coldfield," she read on. "Enclosed is a rail travel warrant. Please attend on Wednesday, the 12th of May. "That's tomorrow," she thought. "It says you've been selected to go to Sutton Coldfield tomorrow," she informed her son, who, on hearing the news, nearly choked on his dry cornflakes. "I can't go tomorrow. It's too short notice," Ben whinged. "You're bloody going, and that's it. Or you can bloody well sling your hook, you lazy good-for-sod all," shouted his mother. Nice mother-son relationship, I thought to myself as I regurgitated on Ben's cornflakes. "I'll need some money if I'm going," muttered Ben. "I can give you a tenner for the journey," replied his mum. She'll obviously do anything to get rid of him, I thought. A few seconds later, another thought came bouncing into my head. Ben, El Slobbo, going through basic army training? Now this is something I have to see. Then I had the worst idea of my entire life. I decided that I would follow him on his pointless journey. After all, what could go wrong?